May we have the strength to extend our love and our friendship to those who perhaps need encouragement. I'm thinking now of a very wonderful man in this church who had a brother that was inactive in the church for years. His brother had fell away from activity in the church. This brother had been inactive, and his brother who was active was sorry for him and tried every way he could to help him, but to no avail. Fortunately, his brother moved into a new ward, and when his name was read out in that congregation, the bishop of that ward recognized his brother whom he knew, and he called his brother up that night and said, "Was this your brother that just moved into our ward?" This man said, "Yes, he's my brother. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know whether he'll come to church or not, because he has some habits that keep him away from church." And this bishop said, "But he was here today." Then his brother said to the bishop, "Will you do everything you can for him?" And the bishop said, "Of course I will." We have some wonderful bishops in this church. He did. He called that man in and talked to him, and the man said, "I can't become active. I don't know as I can come to church regularly." And the bishop asked him why. He said, "Because I've got some habits that I can't quit." The bishop talked to him like any bishop would. Said, "Oh, I think you can quit. What's the first one?" "Well," he said, "I've smoked for 30 years and I can't quit it." The bishop said, "Oh, yes, you can, because I'll help you." This man was grateful to the bishop, and he said, "Well, what can you do, bishop?" The bishop said, "Will you try to quit today?" And the man said, "Yes, I'll quit today." And the bishop said, "Then I'll fast for you for the next 24 hours if you won't take a cigarette in those 24 hours. And the man promised and said, "I will not take a cigarette in those 24 hours. When the 24 hours was up, this man called the bishop and said, "I'm all right yet, bishop." The bishop said, "Let's go another 24 hours. The man promised to go the second 24 hours. And that bishop said, "Then I'll fast with you the next 24 hours. The next 24 hours passed. I wonder how many of us would do that for a brother. The man called the bishop up and said, "I've succeeded, bishop, so far. I don't think I want you to fast any longer." And the bishop said, "I'm willing to go another 24 hours if you'll go the other 24 hours. And the man said, "Would you do that for me?" He said, "Yes, I would do that for you." Then the man said, "Then I promise you that I will fast that third 24 hours. I don't need to tell you that at the end of that time, both of those men met, and never has he indulged since that fasting of that wonderful bishop.